Hello, this is the Tradesight Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Wednesday, the 24th of September 2014. Do have a few days left this week. Tuesday was a little disappointing after Monday was much better than expected. Tuesday kind of slowed down a bit. We did end up negative for the day. Here's a look at the ES futures. You can see another down day. It looks big, but a lot of it, as you'll notice, was in the last few minutes of the day. Otherwise, it was kind of a drifting day, intraday, and we did gap down a little. We filled the gaps exactly early and then rolled over. So there's the ES, and again, it's about to crack the lows of September here, which we've been kind of waiting for this move and maybe targeting that red static trend line after that. NASDAQ side, NDX lost 10 today. S&P lost 11, by the way, so a little bit better performance out of the NASDAQ, held up a little better. It also had gap down and filled the gap. Not at September's lows yet. Google lost 6 coming out of the handle there, so the trigger we were watching on Google is not going to happen. Apple, on the other hand, gained a buck and looks like a potential breakout, although we'll see what happens. Here's the oil. Crude oil bounced off the lows, closing at 91.55. Here's gold, also got a first bounce day in a while there. Biotech's held up fairly flat, lost a couple points, and the stocks lost 1. Didn't really do anything at all. Let's go back to the futures and take a look at the intraday action from what we saw here. Here's the 5-minute chart. So you can see the little gap down at the start of the 23rd there, came up and exactly filled the gap. We made money, good money actually, on that futures call for that gap fill. Worked perfectly this morning, but that was about it. After that, you'll notice most of the action for the day, we'd already covered the range that we were going to cover until very late in the day. We tried to sweep the lows one more time, didn't really break down. Came back up a little bit towards the VWAP, and then right at the close in the last, remember, 15 minutes, the last 3 bars you see here, the last 15 minutes is after the close of the stock market. So in the last 10 minutes of the stock market, futures had started to roll, and then after the stock market closed, we went lower still. So that was kind of a late day sell-off, but literally at the close and beyond. Here's a look at the NASDAQ futures. Did the same thing, closing at the lows of the session post-market. So not overly exciting. For Wednesday, we've got the MBA mortgage index at 7 a.m. Eastern time. New home sales 30 minutes into the market. Crude oil inventory is an hour in. Nothing too exciting there. Thursday's got some more data, a little bit more. Maybe that'll be a little more excitement for us. But other than that, I mean, again, I'd like to see this sell-off continue and just pick up a little more speed and not be so, I mean, considering how much we dropped today, if you look at this chart here that's up with the NQs, that gap down, fill the gap, and then dead sideways. Looks like a down day, and the whole move didn't really occur. We were dead even for the session coming into the last half hour, so the whole move occurred too late in the day. Same thing on the ES, so we had recovered back to the VWAP. Here's a look at that. And again, you're only at that point, you're only down 5 points or so. Not a big deal on a back and forth listless trading day. And then we saw. So even though it looks sharp down on the daily chart, most of it was not until the very end. And that's not exactly what we like to see from a trading perspective. If anybody has any questions for me, post them here now. Otherwise, we will talk to you guys, see you in the trading lab, help you out there all day Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Next week is end of quarter on Tuesday. Be aware of that.